Hello everyone, I'm Tommy and welcome to StudioScents. Today we're going to be talking about Tommy Bahama St Barts. Before we get into our first impressions though, let's see our quote of the day. I'm happy that you could stop by for a few minutes, a perfect time to sit back, look at some fragrance reviews, pick out some of your favorite fragrances, and get on the internet and order them. Get some. And I guarantee you, after you see this, one of them you're going to want to get is going to be St. Barts from Tommy Bahama. And I'll give you several reasons as to why. But first, alright guys, I'm getting ready to go work out. Before I do, I wanted to go ahead and share my first impressions of Set Sail St. Barts, or just what called St. Barts, Tommy Bahama. Gonna bust into the box, and if I like it well enough, I might even just wear it when I take a shower today. Now you might be wondering, why is he going over summer fragrances when the weather's starting to get cold? I like contrasts. It's great to know what to wear in colder weather. And here in the next few days, we're going to be going over some great winter fragrances that you can wear on any occasion. We've got a lot of holidays coming up. We've got Thanksgiving and then Christmas chronologically. And you're going to be around maybe family members that you're not always around, friends that you're not always around. And you might be thinking, what would be the best fragrance to wear in those occasions? So I will answer those questions. However, today, I'd like to think about sand between my toes, and that's why we're going to be talking about Tommy Bahama St. Barts. St. Barts is touted as an aromatic citrus fragrance for men. So there's a lot of fragrances though that have citrus in them and that are aromatic. So what sets St. Barts apart? Wasn't a lot of commercial marketing for this particular fragrance, and you can get it on the cheap. And I love fragrances that are quality. And the reason I'm not even questioning the quality of this is I actually have read some thoughts that people, in terms of quality anyway, about St. Barts, and I'm kind of excited to check it out because a lot of times, as you'll see in an upcoming video of mine this week, a lot of times your blind buys are very negative responses, because there's a reason. You know, it doesn't always follow suit that the more you buy, the better quality you get. It is true once you reach a certain saturation, but sometimes your blind buys can really surprise you. Although I don't recommend blind buying per se as a rule, but sometimes a relatively inexpensive fragrance can be really good quality, and you can really like the fragrance, the scent, and can kind of surprise you. And so that's why we're talking about this today, and why we're going to do it in a kind of a summer theme, summer setting. As you can see the beach scene in the background, that's where I wish I was. Hopefully this will transport us there. So let's get right into the box. I was smart this time in that I brought a knife with me. Last time I had some trouble getting the wrapping off. So let me go ahead and cut into the slit here. That way I don't damage the box or anything. Cut that. And slide this right out, boom. One fell swoop. Got that new box smell. Again, barbershop stripes. We got the blue and the gold on the back of the box. You've got warning label, manufacturer information here, and that is printed in gold, if you can see. And on the front of the box, Tommy Bahama St. Barts Men, Eau de Cologne, and then your 100 ml information there. Best way to open the box I found was put your finger in the side. That pops right out. So I'll open that this way. And that. And again, we see that gold. This one is pretty cool. It's got like a sailboat thing going on. Obviously, St. Barts Set Sail. Tommy Bahama on the front of it. Again, the iconic palm tree. It's embossed in glass on the back. It's probably my favorite part of the bottle. Although this is pretty cool on the lid. You've got like rope, like sailboat rope, like it's around the mast, aka the lid of the bottle. So that's cool. That looks pretty neat. You can see that. Top of the lid, nothing doing there. On the very bottom, you've got Tommy Bahama with an adhesive label, product information, batch code on the very bottom there. You can see that. So pretty cool. I like the blue color and the fact that you can see through the bottle. That's really neat. I do like that rope there. It's cool. So as I expect with this, the lid is the exact same lid as the St. Kitts, except the rope, and it does fit really well. Fits snugly, snaps into place, and you can hold the bottle up without worrying about it falling off. So that's cool. Now let's get to the actual juice. The atomizer. Again, I feel like these bottles are a little bit awkward to hold because of the shape, but the shape is pleasant to look at. So aesthetically, visually, it's great. Not really that big of a deal to hold it. I did decide that holding it from the back and not the beveled edge is the best way to spray. So as an example, I'll show you, it's a lot easier to hold. Let me get a tester strip and we'll spray like so. First prime it with 2 or 3. There you go. That's good spray. That's some good juice. It's a good spray distance. It's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So it's got a really nice lime, kind of a salty, marine, aquatic flavor right out of the bottle. The top note is definitely the lime. You've got the slight sweetness with the agave in there and guava. So a little bit of fruity, a little bit of salt. It smells just like a tequila would smell, as I expected, as many people. But it doesn't smell like Creed Virgin Island water. I'll say that right out the bat. There's a huge difference between the two. Again, it smells like a kind of a lighter version of Alexandria's Hawaii Volcano Intense. More like just the volcano. That green vegetal of the palm leaf is definitely there. Starting to get that more in the mid to the dry down. It's awesome. You definitely want to get these in a kit. If you do like I did, if you can, and find them together. I got both of mine at, I believe it was TJ Maxx, but you can get them at Dillard's, Target, Marshall's. There's all kinds of locations that you can purchase these from, and especially online, and get them on the cheap. They are a fantastic buy, whether it's a blind buy, or whether you know what you're getting into, you're getting a really good quality fragrance. They don't last forever. The projection isn't that great, but you know, just like a vacation doesn't last forever, I think it's the same. Fits well within that genre. So what can I say? Pick them up if you don't already have them. Top notes include lime, tequila, some sea notes, marine notes. In the mid, we have guava, green notes, and salt. And it makes sense. If we're making this drink, this margarita, gotta have salt. And in the base, we have that musk, vanilla, a layer of vanilla, and the palm leaf. And palm leaf is where we get that kind of a vegetal green sensation and vibe. Palm leaf is a green vegetal scent and thus best utilized in that summer fantasy island genre of fragrances where the sun is always shining, the sand is always warm, and the water is always inviting. And there's a bevy of different fragrances that actually feature this palm leaf, and here are some of them. Many of those are distinctly more exotic than St. Barts. St. Barts represents to me a 4-day cruise to the Caribbean where you've got that solo cup. The drink was ever flowing and the food was always present. And this is 24 hours. We're talking, you know, it doesn't matter if it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning. It's just one long party. And so that's kind of what it represents. It's almost like taking a shot of tequila, actually. A lot of people have compared St. Barts to Creed's Virgin Island water. Although the ones that do so, I think, must have a relatively small frame of reference because it doesn't really resemble it that much. Maybe that it fits within that same genre of fragrances, but that doesn't mean it smells the same. It has more in common with Hawaiian Volcano Intense and some of those that were mentioned earlier. But I do like those marine notes, the watery aqua notes with the green. The palm leaf was a great add to this, and I think that adds to the quality, but I don't think there's a lot in St. Barts to keep it going for super long. So depending upon, again, the balance of your chemistry and where you use it and how you use it, especially if you use it in heat, as one would like to do in summer, because it is a summer fragrance, of course that's going to keep it going for a little bit longer. It's going to bake in that fragrance. Of course, heat also allows things to vaporize and dissipate, but that also means that the essential oils that are used in St. Barts also get reinvigorated and will last for a little bit longer. But I don't think it's going to extend much past 4 to 6 hours. Projection is okay. It's not that great. This is not a projection beast. It is one of those that you don't have to monitor how many sprays that you have on. You can spray this copiously if you want to, because again, within a few short hours it's going to be gone. That is the only negative about fragrances like this. However, you can't really complain because it's priced in such a way that if it becomes your signature scent, or you use it quite frequently and then your bottle is gone, go out and get another bottle. It's very inexpensive. So, anyone out there who's busting on it or complains about the longevity or their sillage trail is nothing, well, okay, it's not really made for that. It's made for, just like you don't want to stay on a cruise 24/7, 365, you're talking about 4 to 6 days, 7 days at the most. That kind of is representative of the projection, the longevity, and the kind of trail that you're going to get from this fragrance. However, that doesn't mean it's cheap or bad or wrong. It is a banger in terms of usage. If you like sandals, flip-flops, and t-shirts, and throwing on something that's going to make you smell fresh, clean, and ready for any contingency, this is a great fragrance for you. It's going to go great fitting right alongside your Saint kits, and that way you'll have a pair. So, of course, everyone knows that agave is a plant that grows in Mexico, and it's used in the creation of tequila. It is also a natural sweetener and used as an alternative to sugar. The nectar itself can be honey, put in like a form like honey is. We have some in our kitchen. It's a great alternative. It doesn't have an aftertaste, like stevia or some of the other alternative sugars out there. So it's great for that, and especially agave in fragrances has a lightly sweet, earthy vegetal. That's why it goes really good with the palm leaf form together and making a great accord. By the way, our heads are a resonance chamber, like quite literally. And so when you hear a chord in a song and you're like, wow, I really like that, that resonates with me, it really does. And if you like a particular kind of music or a particular kind of song or part of a song, in every song, it's probably a chord that you really like. I mean, if you look into it, it's probably like F sharp or G minor or something like that, because it just resonates with you. You relate to it. There's something about it that pings your cerebral process and your pleasure center. Fragrances are like that too. They ping those same pleasure centers as they are a great blend or a great chord or a chord, just like music that we like is very similar. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up my review of Tommy Bahama's Set Sail St. Barts. I really enjoyed busting this out of the box and getting it on my skin, smelling the fragrance. It's a great summer fragrance. It's a fantastic beach fragrance. It makes me think of Set Sail is appropriate because it makes me think of a 4-day Caribbean cruise, 7-day Caribbean cruise. So you got your drinks, your rum, your coconut, all the components that make a vacation, a summertime vacation, especially away from the home, away from the house, away from your job and all your responsibilities, all the good things about it packaged in one bottle and one fragrance. So I can't recommend this enough. Go out and get it. The price point's amazing. If you've never smelled it yourself, trust me when I tell you, it's a blind buy that you'll be happy that you purchased. And if you don't, let me know. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. Keep on coming back as we drop content daily. I'm Tommy with StudioScents, and I'll see you next time.